I have been serving as the District 6 interim city council person. I think that's too long to put on a business card, so I just said, hey, I'm Mike, I'm working for you since November the 20th. And on February the 5th, we're going to get somebody great in there. I'm convinced all 6 of these candidates are wonderful, and I wish that we could kind of combine a candidate out of all 6 of them in some ways, because they've all got some really neat gifts and graces to bring to this position.
And the first question tonight is concerning Public Works. If elected as the 6th District City Council person, what will you do to promote the streetscaping of Brainerd Road into a more appealing boulevard with trees and lampposts instead of power lines and billboards? Also, what about planning for more parks and greenways, even as we try to attract more businesses to the area?
First of all, I don't like the word boulevard. It reminds me of Rossville Boulevard, and I'm afraid that Brainerd Road is headed that way. We don't like the check cashing. We could have worse, so go down Rossville Boulevard and look at it. Actually, by definition, Parkway sounds better to me because you have the islands in the middle with the vegetation. We're only going to have 1/3 of a term, so I don't know what I'm going to get. But my focus is going to be to create district identity, and that's what Bug is trying to do here, to create some unify vote, unify what they want and their power of vote. And District 6 has like 10,000 votes, and it's a big district. So I'm going to really work on creating some district identity, and I have a good idea about that. I haven't found anybody that opposed it yet. It was to plant a particular vegetation in District 6. Gene and I had suggested cherry trees because we had some other suggestions and they were nixed because of cost of pollen. If we can get the city to plant the Yoshino cherry trees, they're already planted by the Brainerd tunnels and they're planted at Moore and Shallowford Road. We found out that Churchill Downs is taking their trees down and they're going to plant. So I've got my time running out. The district identity is what I'm going to work on the first term, and the second term I'm going to really create that district identity and get to 10,000 votes.
I think that's an excellent question, and I've heard it across the district. I don't know if you know it or not, but there are 2 plans that the Regional Planning Agency has right now. One for the development of Brainerd Road, and one for the development of the Walmart Eastgate area. The problem is that whereas the Regional Planning Agency has to develop the plans, the council person representing the district has to request the funds to implement those plans. As of now, there are no council requested funds to implement those plans. I find that very unusual. So the first thing that I'm going to do is find out how we can get in the budget line to implement the plans that already exist. As far as the parks and recreation are concerned, I've been doing a lot of talking about that. I asked Trey Commander back there if I could share his name. We've been talking about bike paths. We've been talking about dog runs. We've been talking about developing the pocket parks that are in all the neighborhoods. These are all areas that are very important for development, and I look forward to working with you and seeing that that happens. Thank you very much.
Well, I think the levee at present is the closest thing to either park or greenway that is actually located in District 6. We do have other parks and greenways accessible to us as well as to all other city and county residents. There have been great strides made in the past with our walking and bicycling paths, parks and waterways for all our residents to enjoy. Unfortunately, Brainerd in District 6 has not been the location for any of those. I would like to see something done about that. I think that Carol has a good concept in that go in and ask for it. You don't get anything unless you go in and ask, as a general rule. No one is going to say, oh, I've got all this money and I want to give it to District 6, as opposed to anywhere else or anything else. Should good property become available for park usage, I would back it to the best of my ability. Protection of green space is very important in today's urbanized society and essential to a vibrant, growing community. Brainerd Road is a state highway route and is maintained as such, but whatever improvements contemplated which would benefit it visually would certainly have my utmost support. Some of the other candidates have proposed seeking buildings and or other big-ticket options, and I will certainly do my best to encourage help for any such input. Thank you.
First of all, I think we have made some strides here in Brainerd for sidewalks and green spaces and that type of thing. But I think one of the first things that I would do is start with Brainerd Road. I was riding down Brainerd Road the other day, and there are papers, there is trash all along Brainerd Road. Just get some of the trash picked up to begin with. And then if there is money, which I'm hoping there's going to be money, because I feel like we've kind of been a redheaded stepchild before and didn't get our fair share of the money out here. Definitely would go and ask for the money from the council to do something as far as, like Rick Wood, who's director of Public Land Trust, is excited about getting the walkway and the bicycle paths and those kind of things connected up with the Riverwalk. And I think that's something that's coming also very soon. We also have to teach people to keep things cleaned up. We have to teach people to keep in front of their businesses, in front of their homes, cleaned up. They have to have some ownership for their businesses and their homes. So I think if we can educate people to do that kind of thing, we would see a whole lot more beautiful Brainerd Road. You know, that's coming in from the airport. And we have travelers and businessmen coming in, and we need to do something about this corridor. And I will try my best to do whatever you all want me to do. Thank you.
I agree with them. The only thing that I heard in all that, it seemed like maybe I didn't hear it right. Did I hear something about putting trees down the middle of Brainerd Road? Did somebody say that or insinuate that? Or something about medians and stuff like that? Anyway, I just curious because we don't need that. Traffic is terrible when you do those kind of things. But yes, Brainerd Road needs some improvement. We're limited on money, and I think that what your district needs and my district needs is someone that will go down there and represent you and do what you want. And so I have sent out press releases to 18 different media outlets in Chattanooga. Not one has bothered to print it or publish it, but when elected, I would like to become an internet councilman. I will be available to you 24 hours a day on the internet. I do live talk shows on the internet as of last week. You can come on and we can actually talk back and forth on the telephone via video, and whatever you want done down there, that's what I'll do for you.
I think sidewalks. We need sidewalks to connect our neighborhoods and connect our communities. With sidewalks comes streetscapes. With streetscapes, you have pride in your neighborhood. You have neighborhoods wanting to adopt blocks. You have businesses wanting to adopt blocks to make sure that their block looks the best. When I ran in 2005, as is now, I heard time and time again from the younger voters, we need a place to go. We need the levee, family friendly. We need dog runs. We don't like always driving downtown to take our dogs to play. So I think the levee, making it more family friendly, making more lights, a dog run, streetscapes, sidewalks that connect our communities, that's where I would start. Thank you.